All right, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Minetest Gameplay of Sorts. Yeah, it's a Monday. It's 34.4 degrees in Chicagoland area. It actually, there's snow flurries this morning. This is stupid. I want my summer back. Ooh, I really do. I'm out at obviously the modern world. We're in my little hideaway studio here in one of my favorite houses. And oh, there we go. And it was I was trying out some ideas and stuff. So I added this little bay window here. Can't really see much. But it looks kind of cool. On the outside it doesn't. So I was this whole episode I was basically just doing modifications to the world. Here's overlooking the great room. Go downstairs. This is the master bedroom, my little hideaway. Up here, because I like to build stuff that has a theme to it. Nice. Come out here. And I fixed all the views. So, we come out here, and all the these were all, go back to make sure I'm in daytime here. There we go. All the views, nice, they were all different kind of trees, and I wanted the pine tree forest. So I literally got rid of all the trees here and planted pine trees and put some fallen tree logs and redid the pond. We're going to take a look at that real quick. There used to be an island here, which is now gone because I had an idea and the idea sort of failed. So we're up here. This is one of my favorite house builds because this is the most modern looking. There's a horse in my yard. Of course there is. Come down here. So what I ended up doing was I'm looking over at my phone, and this is the 23rd spam call I've received. I have any call on an iPhone, any call, if they're not in your address book, they're automatically silenced, but it still gives you the update that, hey, somebody called you. And we're coming close to election time. It's just everybody and their grandmother is spamming with fake numbers. So there is that. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a moo cow. A bull. So, and I have AT&T, and I cannot understand why it is so hard, or AT&T and all these phone companies say they can't do it, that you can't block international calls. There should be a way you could log onto your account and say, I want to receive no calls from outside of this specific region. And I know they can do it. They don't want to because then that's loss of revenue for them, all these spam calls, because guess what? Somebody's paying for those spam calls. So I'll get off my soapbox now and back to the video. So what I did is I wanted this area to be a pine forest, and it is. And I extended the patio. So the patio stopped here, but I took it all the way around because you can't have these gorgeous views without having a deck. I call that a patio. It's a deck. And I just followed the deck around. So now this living room area it overlooks the huge lake and the pine forest. So then we come outside and nice leg. Wow. I put in these stairs that go down to here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I have the deck mod. I might create a deck. I might just put a concrete rail here and to box this in. But yeah. So what I ended up doing is I actually had a waterfall here that fed down. You could see where I removed all this material. And you could see where I have to go in there and fix that. But this was a little island, and then all this was island. And at first, what I did is I spent a couple hours. I opened this area up, and I had this little river channel that went over to here, and I did all this. And what it ended up doing was, I created these with like domes. I've shown that before. You mark an area, and then I did a 5-high dome, and it creates this kind of hilly look, and it works. I tried filling all that in. There's a bad wolf. But since I'm impatient, we have insta-grow trees. Nice. Because I want this whole area to be pine. There's nothing going to go back here. But you can see how that is really cool, how that fills that all in. What I am going to do is I'm going to do a smaller version of this. So I still have the outline here. But I'm going to bring the outline over here and then, create that. So I think this is like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's hard to do underwater. I don't know what I just did here. If I go down all the way to the bottom and see, it won't do it. Maybe if I do that, and no, that's not going to do it either. You know what it would do it is if I crawl down in this hole right here and then POS1. There we go. So now what we're going to do is, and this is what I usually did. Done, did, do. I don't know. So I pick a sphere dome, and we're going to say dirt _ width _ grass. It pops up. We're going to go radius 5. We're going to go radius 7. And we're going to do a solid dome. And that's how I would create that. So what I could do is I could bring that all the way across. Now that looks goofy. I'm going to redo that, but it's going to be with dirt. I put some trees here. I can get rid of all these. It's no big deal, but I'm testing out a theorem. And come on, grow. Don't lag out on me. But you can do different depths, and then by overlapping, that was a shark. Oh, there's the dolphins. Hi, Mr. Dolphins. Nice. And they'll jump out of the water too. It's really cool. So you can see now we have this little island here. And that looks kind of goofy. But I'm going to add some more. And what that will do is I can create this little kind of island. Because one of the problems is when you're up here, because of the view, so we're up here. Now you can see it, but you can see there's nothing there because I turned fog off. Now, if I turn fog back on, which is F3, that looks kind of cool. But I don't like using fog in when I'm doing the videos because it kind of lessens the view and people didn't like that. But that's cool. I know there's a way to adjust the fog. So I'm going to put that island back and maybe put a little dock there. But that means I want to put a path in, maybe a stone path or something. You go up, but this area is really cool. And I'm going to continue it on because you can also see it from the roadway here. But I think the original was too much. Now, what I could have done is follow this outline, and which would be real easy to do. I could trace this outline and then stack it, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only 5 deep, and then brought it up. I should have done dirt with. I should have just done plain dirt, and then let the exposed part turn in. Mr. Goat. So that's the upgrades that I've done here, and it looks really neat. As a matter of fact, I want to take a screenshot of that right now because I always forget. So this is going to be the thumbnail, obviously, because you're seeing the thumbnail, aren't you? I don't know if it actually took the picture. I don't care. So this is my updated to one of my favorite residential houses, and this is what it looks like from the front. And I purposely did that because I didn't want the stairs to show. So I think that looks really cool. Other parts of the house, obviously we have the 2-car garage and the dining room, which is really neat. That was some lag. Washer and dryer setup. You saw the studio. Got this really cool kitchen and just gorgeous views everywhere. If you got to live in a house, you might as well enjoy the views. So that's this house here. And this was my home base for a long time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fly over to here's the movie theater house. And we have loads of other stuff here. This is the residential part of the modern world. For anybody that hasn't seen it, added a garage door to that one. This house is really cool. I'm going to go through and do a world update tour. This building, in one video I talked about extending it. I actually extended it by 5, and the proportions now look very decent. Oh, I'm right here. So we have the little restaurant, Italian, Spanish style restaurant. We have the convenience store with gas station opposite the mall, and the speed shop over here, and we had the cool bridge, and this is the mall hotel over here, and we have this cool area here which I purposely kept the snow. There's train tracks underneath the newfangled bridge. There's a restaurant off the back of the mall, pine forest, but this road never continued. It stopped at the end here. So I had nothing to do, and I had a problem with ideas. So what I ended up doing, Symbicon asked that the rats attacked. And so I have 2 different mods. I have mobs redo, which is all the animals, and then pets. And the rats and pets, they attack. So we have here, this is where it stopped. So I thought I'll create a tunnel to the other side because I'm not clearing all this stuff. Well, it turns out that this wasn't that high. So I cleared it all, made it like roadside stuff, put some trees in to hide the sheer rock face. But it turned out, I like how that turned out. Like that. And I can do a lot of stuff with this area because I have to get rid of the snow and stuff. Because there is the convention center. So I'm not that far away. And I wanted to tie this area into each other. And I really like the the fallen trees and everything else. So it works out. We do have a beach over here, and there is some natural water. Now, I can't find it. There it is. Well, part of it. There's a couple lakes back here. So there is some stuff that I can do back here. But this dumps out, and I have to finish the bridge. Here's another lake in case I want to put a resort back here. And I have to finish the bridge structure here. But then this comes out, and I can put a couple more buildings here and on this side. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this inner area. So I can actually keep all this forest and then just put some more buildings here and then do something back here. This tree still hasn't grown. It is really upsetting me. Grow. This is a small poplar tree. That's the large one. I want to see how that worked. So we have that. Now I can, and I'm thinking about extending this bridge this way, because this is going to end up over by the new mall. But I have to see how I can tastefully do that. Because if we come down the backside here, and I still have to do something with this area, because here's the conservatory. Man, usually during the day, I have really good internet. So that road is actually, if I extended that road straight, it would come straight through here, and it's going to go into this little mountain, this big, huge hill, and then it can go down. Because I was having a problem deciding what I was going to do with this. So there. That's how that is. So I'm working on that. What else have I done? I wanted to keep this area clean. It's like a groomed area. I don't know where this stuff came from. I'm not sure. I think I accidentally hit it with the, yeah. Well, that's not good. You got a tree. There. Ooh. I kid you not. This lag is, there we go. Am I still in? No, I wasn't in that. I'm having internet issues. Nice. Just what I wanted to do today. It's not all bad. It could always be worse. I could have no internet at all. But let's go check out the train. I ended up deciding to put the train over here because it didn't really intrude that much with this. So we have, obviously, train. And this, I didn't go all out on this one. We have washrooms for realism. Nice. I don't know what that... Oh. That's all it does. I don't know where I got that from. That is... Oh, infrastructure. Emergency phone. And I never used it because if you look at... That's what it looks like in the inventory. And I'm like, I don't want that huge box. But then when you place it... When you place it, it goes pink. And it turns into that. And that's kind of cool. So always look at your mods, I guess. And I put some snack machines in over here. We have a little utility room or office, whatever you want. You can work on the machines and such. So that works. So this is the train tunnel that I completed in the last one. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Train. Snacks. No kidding. So that completes that. And then other improvements made are to the to this area here. I didn't do anything inside here, but I love realism. So you think to yourself, well, how's water and stuff for the bathrooms and heat and cooling and stuff like that? Well, I don't want to really put stuff up on the roof. So what I ended up doing is engineering I kept moving. I must have been standing on top of the cat or something. I ended up making a little utility room back here. And there you go. We have a water tank. And this is just cut blocks. Looks like a water tank. These are from pipes. And it actually, that's open, that's closed. I'm having some major issues. When we have a simulated, drain pipe. You come up here and you put these, I put little blocks up here. And there's water in there. So this is all full of water. And that creates your little tank. And if we go into no clip, yeah, it's just water. So it's kind of cool. But that's how you can simulate, a water tank. And I put them on top of buildings, and I have a different structure. Well, I'll stand this up like a cylinder. You have your input and output. You have to use your imagination. So this here is the furnace. It's just a fireplace with a trap door from there. And I've done this in other ones, and I've shown how to do this. But back here is going to be the electrical room. And I can simulate wiring using the high voltage or low voltage wires and stuff. And then you can put a little desk back here, work table, stuff like that. What is that? Not a crafting bench, but there's other, you have a crafting table, and then there's a tool repair block that you could repair tools on if you play in survival. So that does that. And I put another emergency phone down here. Very cool. That's it. That's all I've been up to. And when I run out of ideas, or I have a lot of ideas of what I want. However, there we go. So instead of starting a new building, I just go back over, and it's like one of the things when I was in uni, was that I had writer's block all the time. And writer's block doesn't mean that your writing is bad. It just means that you think everything is bad. So, and my daughter gets this too with drawings. And I just said, just start drawing anything. It doesn't even have to be what you want to draw. So basically what I did was I was finishing the train station up, and I put that little utility closet in real quick, and just ended up working on the landscaping. And landscaping can be pretty boring until you get to the desired, like, this has all got to be done. Don't look. So when you get to the desired look, like back here with the, I don't know what kind, birch trees. So that's what ended up happening in the, that modern house. I just started playing with it. I was like, what am I going to do? These are all the big poplar trees. I know I have those smaller poplar trees, and they're down by the strip mall. So this area, yeah, they're down here. This is taking forever to load in. And it wasn't 20 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago before I started the video. See, I want to keep this jungle forest with the jungle trees. So I like that. But back here, these are the smaller ones, which they're smaller, but I can't remember how long it took them to grow in. So this covers this hides the back of the mall there. And I do have a few houses that are my favorites. Like the point in time when I really started to build way better, it was this house over here that really started to kick in with the modern designs and stuff. And then this one, this is an absolute favorite, the converted barn house. Nice. But then you got the roads back here. And I've been trying to tie in all the houses and roads. This road, it goes to the old section of town with the working farm and everything. We have the gates over to the creepy old house. And then a mountain that I tried to make. It's coming along, but it's not very big. That's the problem. So this road here leads up to the Japanese castle and the factory. And then now we're back to where we started. There's a little outcropping, and there's what I just put in. So yeah. And you can, the thing I like about it is if I go right here and then do POS 1, enter, there we go. And then we are going to do another dome real quick. And the cool thing about it is it can all be done. So this one we're going to make 9, and we're going to just do dirt. And it's solid dome. Bam. So now we've made it a little bit more, a little bit higher, and we're going to plant some trees on here real quickly. I'm thinking about putting a small house or just something to, what do you call that? Just something to, like a little shack or something, a fishing shack, a cabin. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why. So now this will naturally turn to grass. And that's probably all I'm going to do. I'm going to continue around this, and then you're going to have to go back in to make it, to make it look good. Hi, Mr. Dolphin. You could feather all that in, make it look really cool. That's about it. And it kind of, I spent a lot of time out here doing this, and then just to wipe it out. But that's kind of neat. You got this little island here, and that's how you can create islands and stuff in your world. And there you go. You have your dolphins. The word I'm looking for. But I'm really liking how this area is coming together. And that's the whole point of this whole game, is by creating an atmosphere and creating a vision. That right there, that looks pretty cool. I can put another little one here to make this come out a little bit and just leave it. You can put a ring of sand around here to simulate, a beach. So there's a lot of things. Oh, I forgot one. There's a lot of things you can do with this. And then give it a kind of foresty look to it. Nice. But that's how you do that. That'll look a lot better when the grass grows in. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Hey, you're not supposed to have weeds under here. Nice. Everything's nice. What is this? Potato seeds. I got my squirrels. So this is looking really cool. I'm really happy. That looks a lot better because it breaks up that whole monotony. Because you can't see, you cannot see with the viewing. You can see the dolphins. Already, that's 30 minutes. 30 minutes of me yammering and complaining about my phone, my phone provider. But it's also fun to go back over your old properties and such and kind of like renovate them. Then come back out. Cool. So that's going to do it. So hopefully you get inspired. And it just doesn't have to be pine trees. It could be an oak tree forest. It can be a sequoia tree forest like the one over here, which isn't populating in. But the up here we have an apple trees and the default trees. But I took all, like I said, I took all those out and did pine. And then we have this little clearing here to see the lake. That looks really cool. You could put a little boat dock there too. So we will play with that. But that is going to do it for this episode. Nice. Very nice. And we'll go from there. So thank you very much for joining. And until the next episode, I'll leave you with this very peaceful view. And goodbye.